Today's forecast is a ton of snow all over the place, 10, 15 inches. You don't want to go to class. You're not going to be able to get there. Roads busy, snow slush, not fun.
Welcome to this virtechgo quick tip. In this video, we'll talk about how to create a video lesson for your uninterrupted classroom. Basically, an uninterrupted classroom is a classroom scenario in which you won't have to cancel class due to some unforeseen circumstances, such as bad weather. Of course, here in the Northeast, it snows, it rains, we have hurricanes, we have tornadoes, it's hot, it's cold. You never know when classes may be canceled. But with an uninterrupted classroom, you'll use video lessons online to ensure that your students will still get the information that they need. The steps for creating a video lesson for the uninterrupted classroom are simple. There's 3 of them. First, you need to gather or secure the needed technology. Next, you're going to create and upload the video lesson. And then lastly, you'll hold online discussions on the lesson. Simple. Alright, so let's look at the needed technology. First, you're going to need a device with a video camera. Then you'll need an app to create the PowerPoint presentations. You'll need another app that allows you to create dynamic, interactive presentations. You'll need some type of server account to host the videos that you create. Could be a campus-based video streaming server or something like YouTube. Then you'll need an LMS, a learning management system, an online ARS or audience response system, something like Poll Everywhere, or you can use social media accounts, something like Twitter. So that's the technology that you need. The one thing you may need that we're going to be using in our example is going to be Explain Everything. Explain Everything is $2.99, small price. So to create the video lesson, it's simple. You're going to first create or import your presentation. We're going to be using an iPad, so you either create the presentation on the iPad or import it into the iPad. You'll then export the finished presentation as a PowerPoint file. Next, you'll import the presentation into Explain Everything. You'll give your lecture, recording voice and annotations. Then you'll export the final video to the iPad's camera roll, and then you'll upload your finalized video to the network video server. And your last step for creating and managing the video lesson is to hold online discussions with your class. So first, you're going to notify the students of the online lesson. Then you're going to guide the discussion by asking questions. And then you'll make transcripts and online video available for them to study from. That's it. Let's get started and see how it's done. Okay, so let's take a look again at the technology we need. Basically, we need a device with a video camera, the iPad. We've got a video camera. We need an app to create the PowerPoint presentation. We're going to be using Keynote. We need an app to create the dynamic interactiveness of the presentation of the video that we're going to be doing. We're going to be using Explain Everything. We need photos because we're going to need to export from Explain Everything and put the video into our Photos app. And then we're going to need server accounts. And basically everything that we'll need will be in Safari. So we've got Blackboard if we need that. We have our media library server here at Rowan that will upload the video to. We have a Poll Everywhere account where we can post questions online and students can respond online, and all the students will be able to see the results. And then we can also use Twitter where we can ask questions online and students would be able to see the results. So again, everything we need is right here. Let's take a look at creating the video lesson. So let's assume that we have a class. It's called Academic Technology Studies. This is week 14, and we're talking this week about mobile technology and learning. So I've already done some slides. I have a slide here called Immersive Learning Strategies, Have another one called impediments to learning. Here I could add another slide in. And have another slide in which I copied this chart from the internet, and I've put this into my presentation. So now let's assume that we're done creating our PowerPoint slides. What we're going to do now is we're going to export the finished presentation as PowerPoint. So we're going to go to here, we're going to say open in another app, and we're going to choose a format, PowerPoint. This is basically doing two things at one time. This is exporting our presentation as a PowerPoint, and then it's allowing us to import the presentation into Explain Everything. Okay, so that's actually one step, although it performs two steps. Our next step, after we've got this into Explain Everything, is going to be to give the lecture as if we were actually in class. At that time, we'll be recording our voice and any annotations that we need to make on the slides. Okay, so this is the basic interface for Explain Everything. We have some tools over here, some recording stuff down here, and some export features over here. So now what we're going to do is we're going to hit the record button. Welcome class, this is week 14. This week we're going to be talking about mobile technology and learning, and unfortunately because of the inclement weather, we've had to cancel class, and we'll be holding this class online. Shouldn't be any different from our normal in-person classroom meetings. We'll be doing all the same things, having discussions, all the same stuff, looking at the same material. So let's get started. All right, so first we're going to look at some immersive learning strategies. And then let's go to slide 3. Let's talk about some impediments to learning. In this section, we'll be talking about the digital divide. Here, I'd like to go over some things first. Step 1, let me change my color. Step 1, what I'd like to talk about is show the international conference that happens every year in January. Blah, 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 blah. Now we'll go to slide 5. Let's take a look at this technology chart of adoption rates of traditional college-age students. At this demographic here, we see that blah, 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 blah. And then we'll end our presentation. Bloop. Okay, now we've just simulated our classroom lecture. We're done, and we need to upload this video. Oops. Need to upload this video to our camera roll inside the iPad. And basically we're uploading it to the iPad's camera roll just so that we can get it up to our servers. Keep in mind, even though we didn't do a lot of the things that you can do and Explain Everything, you have the ability to add video to your presentation. You have the ability to add images, additional text and sounds. You have a pointer that you can use. So there's a lot of things that you can do in Explain Everything to really jazz up your lectures. So don't think just because we were doing a quick and dirty lecture demonstration that that's what it's limited to. What we also could do is, once we export this video, we could then bring it into something else and even add more interactivity to it, and the sky is the limit. But this was basically to show you how simple it is to create a video lecture with nothing more than an iPad and a few apps. And again, it's not time consuming, it's very easy, and it's something that you can do in the event, during some unexpected event in which you would rather not cancel class. So this is wrapping up now. It's been saved to the camera roll. So now what we want to do is find our camera roll, which is here. Now we see the video is in our camera roll, and we can play it at this point. Welcome, class. This is week 14. This week we're going to be talking about mobile technology and learning, and unfortunately, because of the inclement weather, we've had to cancel class, and we'll be holding this class online. So let's get started. All right, so first we're going to look at some immersive learning strategies. And what we actually want to do now is import it to the video server. So we're going to go to hml.rowan.edu. This is for people who are in the Rowan community. You have access to this media library server. At this point, you would log in, do all the normal stuff that you would do to upload a video, and then when it asks you to search for the video, it will direct you to the iPhones or the iPads library. That's where you'll select the video. It'll upload. Okay, so that's it. We've now demonstrated how easy it was to do the video and to upload it to the server. Our next thing we're going to do is we're going to talk about holding the online discussion. All right, so when it actually comes time for the students to actually view the video lesson, the first thing you're going to want to do is alert them and notify them that the video lesson is available. Generally, you can do that with something as simple as email. The other possibility is if you have set up your students with Twitter accounts early on in the semester, at the beginning of the semester, you can notify them by Twitter or SMS or within the LMS or however you want to do it. But there are numerous ways that you can alert them and let them know that the lesson is available. The next thing you'll want to do is either set up questions in your LMS or set up some questions on Twitter or in your online ASR, and you set it up in a way that everybody will be able to see all the questions and everyone will be able to see all the answers. Straightforward. It's not too difficult. You can do it asynchronously and let people answer and view and check out the video whenever, discuss topics whenever, over the say the course of the next 2 days. Or you can do things synchronously where you say, okay, everyone, we're going to do this at the regular class time. So again, it's not really complex. It's fairly simple to set up. We'll probably have another Vertigo tip for you that just shows you how simple it is to set up Twitter accounts or online ASR accounts when you want to do discussions. You can also, again, use your LMS, which you may already know how to do discussions in your LMS. So again, that's how easy it is. Again, not too difficult to put together a simple video lesson. Again, we could have gotten more complex. We could have embedded video. We could have put in images and made it a little bit more interactive, and asked questions within the video that students would respond to as they're watching the video. I mean, there's a number of things we could have done, but again, this was just to show you that you could simply and easily, without putting a lot of time in it, create a video lesson so that you can have an uninterrupted classroom. Thank you, and I hope you enjoyed this Vertigo quick tip.